Hey YouTube, Marcus Rokman here again, part 3 of like the longest deck profile ever. I'm sorry, we had technical difficulties, the phone ran out of memory. I'm sorry, I'm just going to finish this like deck profile. I'll give you the rough idea on what to do with the sideboard. This is pretty like brief and like you can do what you want with the sideboard. It's very flexible and stuff. I kind of want to go through the main deck plays and kind of tell you where I got like the ideas for the deck and you know what I think and stuff about that. So I pretty much like the first thing, because I was gonna play this tournament today, which ended up to be a one game, you know, like a one game match thing. So it was you don't make a side deck, and I was building a side deck in like literally the last 2 minutes before the tournament started. It was literally a joke tournament anyway. I opted for pretty much the most obvious thing you'd probably do with like a water synchro sideboard, and that's just transformation into like a monarch deck. I mean, Mobius doesn't need to be the monarch. It can be, I prefer Riser probably over that, but Mobius is really good too, because the original deck mained one Mobius and that was actually really good, surprisingly. But yeah, you can play Mobius, you can play Risers. If you want to play this monarch conversion thing, I mean, it's iffy. I haven't tried it myself, so I can't, you know, vouch for it. I'm sure it's really good, like the old water synchro side monarch lists. But yeah, Risers, or you can chuck in Vanity's Fiend. It's probably with 3 soul exchange, it's a bit too much to have. I guess you can soul exchange Econ. Oh, you can soul exchange and then activate enemy controller and use. Can you do that? I don't know. But anyway, Monarchs. Yeah, soul exchanges, conversion board. You can do that with like Burial for like the graveyard hate, with like DD Crow or Trish or whatever that you're worried about, like Ronan Toden. If you feel like you need more tribute fodder with the swap frogs and stuff, it's easily playable. I like Papa Plant. This is only like a randomly 13 card board. I was like rushing. Papa Plants for like Samurai. Another brain control type effect. You can use it against Gravekeepers too. We've talked about this card so much on my channel, you know, I don't really need to go much over Public Plan anymore. Yeah, like, you can do that. You can do, like, you know, a completely different thing with, like, Malcats, Malevolent Catastrophes, maybe put in something post-board, I'm not really sure. Like, I haven't really gone through the board. I've been playing a lot of Game 1s, which isn't great, but I'm not testing for any particular event. I just find this deck extremely fun to play in casuals, friendlies, and like dueling network. And you know, I played in like one random local tournament in Japan today because this is an OCG deck at the moment because we don't have Surface and Quasar and stuff. But like, really good deck. Give it a shot with the, you know, fix the board however you want. The last few things I wanted to say. The last few things I wanted to say about this deck was pretty much if you have never played something like this before, like this water synchro type deck, I would definitely if you find that you're struggling, like not doing too well with it at the start, I would say be persistent. This is like the this is the plateau of getting better. This type of deck. This deck takes a bit more skill than what the like to know when to go off and to know this is the plateau of skill for like combo new age, like with the format getting with more crazy cards, like getting better, I mean, is less important. I mean, it's always important, but less important these days, especially with so much like crap with like, you know, autopilot decks and, you know, like scrubs just being able to win with like the worst decks. But this is, if you like honestly truly want to get better for yourself and like as a player, I recommend playing this deck a lot, because even if you're losing at the start, like, you know, if you're not familiar with the deck, it's a plateau of getting better. This is the type of deck where there's multiple things going on. It's a new type of Yu-Gi-Oh! From what, you know, used to be around like back in the day with just like, you know, it's definitely like it's definitely new age stuff. Like, you know, I mean, these fish cards, like Treeborn and stuff, they've been at Fishbowl Glass, they've been around for ages now, but like still, people don't know about this deck, people don't play these types of decks. It's definitely cutting edge. I really like this. It's you just got to know how to maneuver around. Like, this deck teaches for me like teaches you how to maneuver around particular like trap cards, knowing when to go off, like when there's skill in Teledad, when you can literally wait turns and like, you know, not go off this turn because you feel like you're gonna have a better chance next turn, just in case, you know, get to dump like an extra, you know, dude in bin or whatever, you know, whatever the situation may be. I feel like this deck is that kind of deck where you can learn new skills by that, you know, concept of understanding when and when not to do certain things. I was more so like the Teledad thing, where a lot of people just do such silly things, and you know, the Teledad skill was like being conservative and knowing that you can still push over your opponent's, you know, situations. I mean, Teledad, you know, being gone, we all love the format, but this deck, fantastic deck, Water Synchro. I recommend it to everyone that wants to, you know, play a new deck, something fun. I find this deck ridiculously fun. I'm enjoying it, I'm having a blast. Maybe the new Rescue Rabbit XYZ deck, that's pretty fun too, I'm sure. I mean, like, this is like, you know, an old concept. I mean, Oyster Meisters are fun to play with. Surface is a really cool card for me, so I, you know, enjoy playing with that stuff.
Fujo.
Sorry?
Fujo.
Fujo in Japanese. Other than that, yeah, there's not much else to say. I'm just going to kind of tell you the origin of the deck. The origin of this Water Synchro deck was actually, it was a Jules Grounds deck from, someone posted it maybe a couple weeks ago. I kind of just saw it and was like, cool. It's probably been, people have probably posted heaps of different variants of this particular list with like Oyster Meisters and stuff. But no, I saw it and it was playing like Chaos Sorcerer and Mobius instead of one pot. To make it 41 cards. I felt like, you know, Chaos Sorcerer and Mobius, they're really, really good cards, but I'd rather the pot. I feel like it fits more in with what this deck's trying to do. For me, personally, I mean, everyone has different opinions, and, you know, by all means, you can play the Sorcerer and the Mobius. I'm sure they're fantastic as well. The Mobius was actually really good when I played it for the first few. Played the Mobius and the Chaos for a few games. The Chaos was fine, but it wasn't great. Other than that, yeah, so shout outs, I guess, like, even if you don't know me, Bayak and Marcius, I'm gonna probably post this in the forum, the thread anyway, just give you shout outs, because it's a really cool deck. I love this deck. I played it in Japan, wrecked it for DGZ. I'm gonna be posting some games, Jules, with this deck, because I played a lot of games today. We filled up like an iPhone 4 with just videos of like us playing all day because we were bored and we had nothing much to do.
We gotta weed out the BKs though.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be posting some stuff tomorrow. Rokman YGO. Subscribe, rate, comment, subscribe. Yeah, other than that, you know, great deck. Sorry for the long profile with a lot of garbage in between the sunglasses, because like my eyes, I'm so tired.
It's 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. in Japan, but I mean, been up for ages.
It's 3 a.m. and we've been up since 6.
But yeah, awesome deck, guys. I recommend it. Like, one of the highest decks I recommend at the moment. Like, I don't think I want to play anything else other than this at the moment. And pretty much like some new Rescue Rabbit XYZ thing. They're pretty cool.
Which we're throwing together next week.
Yeah. And Heroes are super fun right now as well. I mean,
this
is all coming out, so, you know, the Generation Force looks like it's going to be a really fun set. But thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Since we are in Japan, will we be focusing on OCG decks? Since we are two sets ahead plus numerous promos.
Look, this deck's virtually TCG because Surface is just about to come out. The Quasar Dragons, obviously. Some guy said, "Do you play Halberd Cannon on Dueling Network?" And I was just like, there's shooting Quasar Dragons available on Dueling Network. Just play the Quasar Dragon. Don't feel bad. I felt bad a few times because I dropped this in Dueling Network, but Like seriously, fuck it. Like just drop it and win. So dumb. It's just like the most brainless win condition.
No, the hero deck, the upcoming hero deck.
The hero deck. We're gonna get we get Parallel World Fusion. We've got all the stuff like Super Poly. We got like we got Miracle and stuff. So obviously
not in Australia.
Not in Australia. We don't have like we don't have Ab-Zero is not legal for us, and The Shining isn't either. But for any US watches, like that stuff is really good. Like the E-Hero deck is really fun to play as well. We're playing it heaps today.
And obviously any deck made revolving around Rescue Rabbit is a set away. Is a good 3 months away. So
yeah, Rescue Rabbit's actually it's out in Photon, so it's gonna be a while for the TCG. But other than that, for Generation 4, so you have lots of stuff to look forward to. We still have like a leg up on the like today when we walked into the card shop. I have a TG deck build, like my last deck profile. How many minutes are we on?
11 with fun.
On my last deck profile, the TG deck. So it's got Maxi. It's very standard TG. It's got Maxi and Tengu, and they were creaming themselves over Tengu. They look at that card and they literally they were into because they wanted to play against the TCG deck, and I played with the Tengu deck, and they literally were like so broken.
They don't get to play with Tengu for another 6 months.
Yeah, they don't have Tengu, and
they get Maxi in 3 weeks.
It's just proof in the pudding of like how broken the card is itself. But like in general, like we've still got like legs up in on the OCG. In my opinion, but I mean this is all for another video. But what is any last question?
Well, since being in Japan, you've noticed that there is actually a vast difference between the OCG, both in decks and players.
Yeah.
So you want to run through that now, or in maybe a separate video?
I'm going to put a few videos up while I'm in Japan, so that'll be my next video. But
there is a massive difference in play style.
Yeah, we'll definitely go through that. You can be a feature in that video, Chris. You can talk a lot about it because you've seen it firsthand as well as I have.
I've lived here for quite a while.
Yeah, you've been here for a while. But anyway, enough bullshit. All right, cut the crap. All right, thanks guys for watching.
Crap.
Rate, comment, subscribe.
Shoutouts.
Synchro. Shoutouts to I guess the Jewish guys who made this deck, Bayak, and your name starts with M. You've got like this like flower thing dancing in your avatar. I forget what it's MAR something. And shout outs to all my guys like Kai Baker, Cheesecake Bowden, Will Chan, Chris Dawson for being like awesome and filming and like translator and stuff. Reese Dillon, all my friends. You know you are, Josh Conduit, the whole crew. Anyway, peace out YouTube.